Episode 4, Enki, the forbidden father of humanity. We were told in the Bible God made us in his image. But what if the real creator wasn't the God we've been worshiping for thousands of years? In this episode, we meet Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and forbidden knowledge. The Anunnaki who may have designed human beings implanted something hidden inside our DNA that still lies dormant. But to understand Enki, we must first understand the family he came from. A family that didn't always agree on our right to exist. In Sumerian cosmology, the universe begins with Anu, the sky god, father of the Anunnaki, and ruler of the celestial realms. The house of Anu is about divine politics and immense power. Anu had two prominent sons, Enlil, the heir, commander, warrior, and enforcer of order. Enki, the nerdy scientist, creator, bringer of knowledge and trouble. Though both were sons of Anu, they had different mothers. Enlil was the son of Anu's lawful wife. Enki was the firstborn, but from a concubine, giving him seniority in age, but not in divine rank. This inheritance forever tension would shape everything. When the Anunnaki descended to Earth to mine gold, Enlil was given command over the mission. Enki was tasked with all the technical challenges, engineering, agriculture, water management, and later, creation. The mining operations were failing. The Agigi, the original Anunnaki slave workers, rebelled. Enlil's solution? Crush the revolt. Enki's solution? Create a new hybrid species to take over the labor. And so, in collaboration with Ninhursag, the mother goddess and also geneticist, Enki shaped Adamu, the first male human prototype. The Sumerian tablets describe this in stunning clarity. I will mix clay with the blood of a god and fashion a man. The clay was symbolic for the earthly genetic material. The blood of a god, Enki's DNA, or one of the lesser Anunnaki, was the genetic key. This wasn't evolution. This was biotechnology in a lab in a time we now still call prehistory. And Enki didn't stop at functionality. He gave us something more, not just the ability to work, but to feel, think, and dream, and maybe to awaken at some point. When Enlil found out what Enki had created, he was furious. He saw humans as a dangerous mutation, dirty, noisy, disobedient, and evolving too quickly. When humanity multiplied, built cities, and began to think independently, Enlil plotted to wipe all humans out. That's where the Great Flood comes in. But once again, Enki defied him. He warned a human, Ziusudra in Sumer, Utnapishtim in Akkad, Noah in Hebrew texts, to build a vessel. He preserved not just human life, but the potential of a species. Enki became a savior, while Enlil became the angry god of judgment. Which brings us to a very controversial possibility. Could Enlil be the original figure behind the name Yahweh, the one Jehovah's Witnesses follow? Let's research the evolution of a name. In early Mesopotamian texts, Enlil is described as wrathful, jealous, demanding obedience, speaking through storms and laws, destroyer of cities when disobeyed. Sound familiar? The Old Testament Yahweh bears many of these same traits. He favors one bloodline, punishes disobedience, brings floods, demands total loyalty. Meanwhile, Enki, who gave humans knowledge, warned of danger, and promoted free will, is later associated with Lucifer, the light bringer, and even the serpent in the Garden of Eden. But here's the twist. The serpent wasn't the villain in Sumer. It was a symbol of wisdom, healing, and DNA creation. Just like the caduceus used in modern medicine. Was Enki recasted as evil for giving us humans too much? And was Enlil glorified for keeping us under control? What if most religions have been worshiping the wrong brother? Now the important question is, what did Enki hide in our DNA? The seed of divinity? Enki may have done more than create us. He may have programmed our DNA with the ability to one day evolve beyond our creators. Many esoteric traditions speak of a divine spark, a sleeping potential within human DNA. The Sumerians referred to it as the ME, encoded principles of civilization and cosmic order. Enki guarded the ME, He gave it selectively to humans, not to animals, initiating the birth of culture, art, and science. Was this spark biological, epigenetic, or something conscious? Could this be what mystics call the Christ consciousness, Kundalini energy, or the third eye? And more importantly, could it be awakened again? And if so, how? Enki broke the laws of Anu on purpose. He disobeyed his father, defied his brother, but he gave us something no other god did through his scientific knowledge. He gave us a choice, curiosity and consciousness. Was he a mad, nerdy scientist, a rebel fallen angel, or the true father of humanity? Maybe that's why his name faded from mainstream religion, and his symbols were demonized or erased, because Enki didn't want worship, he wanted evolution. This was episode 4 in our series on human origins, hidden gods, and the forgotten stories carved into stone. In episode 5, we meet Enlil, the enforcer, the warrior, the judge, and possibly the god behind today's most powerful religions. Subscribe, share, and remember, believe nothing but research everything.